Hey guys, just trying to get it where it's not super blurry. Alrighty, so in my sixth period, they need Thursday and Friday. So if you're in third period, you don't need to copy down Thursday, but you make sure you have Friday done. So first, 56 divided by 7 is 8. 416 divided by 4. Well, if we do our drop downs, we get 104. Draw a square below, then draw as many lines of symmetry as possible. Remember, symmetry means they are cut evenly in every side. Square is not perfect, but you should have one going down the center, one going across the middle, and then diagonally corner to corner. So we have 4. How many inches are in 4 yards? Well, 1 yard is 36. 36 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 3 times 4 is 12, 13, 14. 144 inches. Jim walks pets. He charges $2 per small dog and $3 per large dog. On Saturday, he walks 3 small dogs and 4 large dogs. So we have $2 times 3 gives us 6. And we have $3 times 4, which is 12. Add them up, and we get $18. Whoops. Friday 2. Sophia is learning to knit. She makes 3 stitches, then checks to see if they are correct. She realizes she has to undo the last 2, makes 3 more stitches, and again has to undo the last 2. If the pattern continues, how many stitches will Sophia make before she has 6 good stitches? So 1, 2, 3. Has to undo 2 of them. 1, 2, 3. Undoes 2 of them. 1, 2, 3. Undo 2. 1, 2, 3. Undo 2 again. 1, 2, 3. Undo 2 again. 1, 2, 3. Undo 2 again. You could have drawn it differently. You could have done math. You could have written numbers. That's just the way I thought of it, was to do circles as stitches. So she had to do 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 stitches before she got 6 good ones. In your transformation packet, we're going to be bouncing from page to page, completing pages that we skipped over because they're going to be additional practice for you, and go from there. So I'm on back of the 4th page. All right. Back of the 3rd page. If you want to number them, you can. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23. I did odd because 1 and then the back would be 2. So it is on what would be page 6. Review of reflection. Use the reflection to complete the statement below. Give a verbal description of the transformation. So P, Q, R reflected over the y-axis. Whoops, over. And this is our y, remember? y goes up and down. Give an algebraic representation of the transformation. So remember, when it's a reflection, we have two of them. Okay, so originally x was negative, y was positive. So negative x and y. And now our x's are positive and our y's are still positive. So x comma y. List if each of the following change or stayed the same. So size of figure. Well, that stayed. Orientation of figure. That changed because it's flipped. And orientation of vertices. So like where the vertex is. So this one, they are in the same spots on their triangle. Number 4. Bella believes this graph shows a translation, while Scott believes it shows a reflection over the x-axis. Who is correct? There will be a question in your Edpuzzle, so you have to determine it. Explain who's correct, Bella or Scott. Number 5. Triangle ABC has the coordinates shown in the table. Miguel is going to reflect the triangle using the rule x, y goes to negative x, positive, or stays y. What is the line of reflection? So I'm going to look at this one. So originally he's saying it's here. Positive x, positive y. Going to negative x, negative, or positive y. So it's going to go over here. So that is the y. So we just need to use the opposite value of our x. So it was negative. It's now going to be positive. Oops, 1, negative 3. All right. So our rule is when it flips over the y-axis, our x's are opposites. When it flips over the x, the y's are opposites. So in this case, our x's are opposites, so it flips over the y. And our equation is reflected from quadrant 1 to quadrant 4. Okay, so here's our quadrants. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And it goes from 1 to 4. That's over the x-axis. Axis. And that is where your y value changes. So x, y, x, negative y. Try this one on your own. Remember, look at your x's and your y's. Number 7, or page 7, is more reflections. So let me take a peek. Those are rotations. We need more rotations. So I turned one page. I'm now on page 9. And these are true and false statements. If you don't have patty paper, you can ask the sub for patty paper. If you have patty paper, use it. If you need it. If you don't need it, then don't use it. The rotation can be represented by the rule x, y is now the y and a negative x. So originally we have negative x. We have negative 5, 2. And now I have 2, 5. Where our x values became opposites. They did this one saying it's going to go from positive to negative, but because they're just opposites, that can work. The figure is rotated 90 degrees clockwise. So this is clockwise. And 270 degrees counterclockwise. Remember, 270 is equal to 3 turns on a coordinate grid. So here's 1, 2, 3. So that is true. The figure rotated from quadrant 1 to quadrant 2. That is not true. How would you make it true? So if this is false, what really happened? Quadrant 2 to quadrant 1. Rotated from quadrant 2 to 1. You can rewrite the whole sentence. I guess you didn't need patty paper. Alrighty. Next. Rectangle LMNO was rotated clockwise to create L prime, M prime, N prime, O prime. The rotation of O prime, the location, not rotation, sorry, is negative 8, 1. Okay, well, we have 6, 2, negative 2, 6. 6, 8, negative 8, 6. 1, 2, negative 2, 1. So they flipped each time the X and Y locations, and the X's became negative. So we have negative 8, 1. So that would be true. The rotation can be represented by XY going to negative Y, X. That is true. It was positive, positive, negative, positive. So true. This one, you could almost bet that it would be false then, because this has our signs correct. This one doesn't. The rectangle is rotated 90 degrees clockwise. So we were here, and now we're here. Because it was positive, positive, now it's negative, positive. So that's false. It would be counterclockwise. Number 3, try and figure it out on your own. So you might want to pause the video. Third period, you got to do this. Sixth period, we will do it probably Monday if we get to it. I'm now on what I have titled as page 11. For these ones, we are going to number them 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to tell me what is the transformation that happened in the video. There will be pauses, and you will type in your response or click the correct response. And that will be it for today. If you have time and there's still time in class, you need to go back to Google Classroom and complete the GimKit assignment.